Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the convention center here in the beautiful island of Puerto Rico, San Juan. It's welcomed all the amateur players in the leagues, all the top pros from around the globe, and it's welcomed my colleague Eric Horlifson and myself, Jim Wei Chieh, here as well, to bring this semi-final of the ladies division right to your screen. It's going to be a good one. Wei Chieh on the left, Jasmin Ouschan on the right. Both quarterfinal winners through here to this semi-final and still on course for the $22,500 winners purse. And this is going to be a tough one to call, Eric.
Yeah, I'd say very evenly matched. Wei comes in at a slight Fargo favorite. Jasmine, when she's playing well, has proven that she can make it all the way to the end of the tournament. Winner of minimum 10 major tournaments. We'll look to have a good match.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I commentated Jasmine's quarterfinal win over Cheska Centeno, and it's kind of a tale of two matches, really. She was blitzed in the opening set, and then all of a sudden, Centeno ended up missing a lot of balls in the second set. Jasmine took over, vaulted to a 3-0 advantage in the third and the deciding set, and then started missing to let Cheska get back in the end, won in a shootout. But you just wonder if this one's going to be so close. Ball made off the break, but nothing easy anyway, but maybe half a chance.
Yeah, she's taking a close look at the angle. I think she might have the pocketing angle. We'd have to see a down the line view. Looks like she does. Cue ball's going to be playing off the 3, possibly into the 2. For control, playing the cue ball off the 3. Didn't trust where the cue ball was going if she went for the pot, so opted for safe. Tester opener here for Jasmine. Position's built in. Just stay steady on her cueing. Feels like the cue ball might be tracking to the right a little bit, so she's considering drawing all the way back past the 3, which will make the shot tougher. Jasmine's not afraid to come with these power strokes, though. If there is one strength in her game, she's able to power up when she needs to.
Yeah, real proponent of staunch fundamentals. Works hard at her game. Her and her brother have an academy back in Austria.
Well, straight enough to hold it. Nice pot there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, our camera angle made that shot look a lot easier than it was. But even to hit it so clean and hold the cue ball there for position on the 2, that was a great shot, especially given that, the early nerves are factoring in.
We're playing short races here, so every game matters.
Well, I guarantee this wasn't the intended pocket for the 3.
Yeah, I feel like she was playing across to the right side of the table, just caught a different part of the pocket, which played her into the left. She's still okay here, though. Ideally would like to avoid the 7-9, not going to the left, but I think she has too much angle, so she'll be coming around 2 rails here. Ooh, nervy pocketing there.
Yeah, you'll see no emotion actually from either one of these ladies.
Wei Chieh is kind of a quiet type player. See Centeno and players like Centeno and Fisher, the Fishers as kind of superstars of the game. But the fact is that Wei has very good results. She's won Predator Pro Billiard Series before. She's won WPBA tournaments as well.
Defending champ here.
Wants to get straight enough on the 7 here where she's not drawing into the 9. Also doesn't want to get too much angle where she's drawing into the 10, so specific angle needed here. Guess she feels like she's just going to play around the 9. Be careful with running into it, could end up behind it. Could choose to cinch it as well, just follow the ball and play more distance. I think that's the safer option here. Right into the 9. Is the 10 going to get in the way? It's close. Looking at position on the 9, this tells us that she does have the 8.
A lot more people making their way to the stream table too than earlier this morning for the quarters. A few more people out of bed.
We're down to the semifinals here in the women's division. So crunch time for both players. Good opening rack from Jasmin.
Yeah, when the pressure was on in her shootout match in the quarter, she went 4 for 4 on that 10 ball. So when the heat's on, she can elevate her game. She secures the opening rack. 1-0.
Yeah, lots of experience. Been playing at a high professional level for about 15 years. Not that far up there in age, but was a strong player as a junior and in her early 20s.
Yeah, she was highly touted, wasn't she, when she was young? She came with a big resume and expectations were very high. Not always easy to live up to those.
Yeah, she won a lot of tournaments at an early age. Kind of stalled a little bit in her mid-career, but has been making a resurgence lately. She does a lot of stuff outside the game, as you were mentioning as well. She has the academy in Austria. Always been an advocate. She has her own YouTube channel. Even dabbled into motivational speaking a little bit. Very well-rounded person. Cut the rack a little bit there, so jammed up the middle 3 balls in the rack. Almost made the 1. A lot of congestion, but everything is available. Cue ball's playing into the right side of the table, which Wei will like here. Little straight. Very straight, actually. She could choose to elevate, which will make the shot really tough. Chose the cinching option. Just got it down. Tough to slow roll a ball at that speed.
Yeah, given the new cloth, these pockets still pretty sympathetic, really. Get to your club table with the used cloth and you won't see that shot go in.
Cue ball's definitely playing into the 6-10 here. She's going to be looking at hitting the 10 and the cue ball playing into the right side of the 6 to kind of continue forward motion towards the 3. Missed by a lot. I feel like she was trying the shot. Just kind of might have got crossed up about how the cue ball was going to play off those other 2 balls.
Yeah, that was a long ways from the corner pocket, Eric. If she was playing safe, she misjudged that one as well.
Yeah, there's a chance she was playing safe because I don't think she would have missed it by that much.
She's giving Jasmine a chance here in the natural angle. She's going to bring this cue ball off the 2 rails and back down for the 3. So this might be a very punishable mistake from Wei Wei here.
Three ball could be playing with just a little too much angle to hold for the 4, but if it is, she'll draw above it. She in the thick part of the pocket nicely to slow the speed of the cue ball down there, and she's looking good in this rack. Good start for Jasmine.
Yeah, I think Jasmine has the ability to maintain that high level of focus too. Big time proponent of being fit. And a big believer in a sound body is a sound mind.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but when she's playing well, she has all the offensive tools to be a very dangerous player. Just has battled with consistency a little bit over her career, but looks like she's becoming more consistent lately. Other semifinal featuring Cho, Kelly Fisher. Kelly survived a real close match in the quarterfinals where her opponent had a shot at the 10 to win the match. Pretty easy one, really. Didn't get it and gave Kelly second life. Kelly came back and won in a shootout. Play there, a lot of cue ball movement, ending up inch perfect for the 8th.
It's been a very solid start for Jasmine. Just a sort of start that she would have been looking for against the defending champion.
Not too much angle here, but she'll draw over to the right side rail and bring the cue ball back to the middle. Kind of like playing that one a little more aggressively. Ended up below it. Give herself a tougher shot on the 10 here, but she'll have to dig down. Important game, establishing a lead in the first set.
Yeah, I think the fact the 9 didn't go in the center of the pocket, what kind of took her out of position. It's a little trickier 10. She gets it right into the heart of the pocket, and 2-0 confirmed here. Jasmine Ouschan will break in rack number 3. You know, she really enjoys playing on all this Predator equipment, one of our primary sponsors here, along with Medalla Light, a real smooth drinking beer here on the island. And we'd also like to thank Kamui brand. They're always around when you see these Predator events. CSI and the Rums of Puerto Rico, all these league players in town over the weekend. They make up a natural audience, chance for all these amateurs to see the players they only ever see on TV or on these streams. And certainly Tourism Puerto Rico as well. A real influx of interest, not to mention money, into the economy here in San Juan. I know this is my second year here, Eric. I know this is your first, and there's so much to like about this beautiful Caribbean island, isn't there?
Oh, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, the venue's great. I'd really recommend this tournament for any league player that's looking for a kind of a vacation getaway while playing as well. Old San Juan is very nice. I've been down there twice now. Food's great. People are great.
Both Jasmine and Wei, they've got business to do before they go on their holidays. 4-ball down. Great look at the 1. This is a perfect start.
Yeah, 10 balls ended up in a precarious position, and even though she's on the 1, that's the first thing she's looking at. None of the other balls really play off the 10 to a point where she can move it. She'll have to get through the first part of the rack here, though. 6 and the 8 are kind of surrounding the 2. She can play into a small area there. Feel like she's going to have to. Too much power to really get back to the bottom side of the table. Well, looks like she is queuing up to power back. And still okay here. Cue ball's playing naturally across for the 3.
Apart from that 10, Eric, everything else is very attainable. Just got to stay still on these shots.
Geez, great try. Missing it by the narrowest of margins. Wei is going to have to navigate between the 5-7. No clear path, so going for the jump cue here. Ideally would like to hit it with some draw to avoid going off the table. Just this. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you could see how awkward she was. Just couldn't. A left-hander would have been able to get at this real easy, but she's going to have to kick at this, Eric. No choice.
Yeah.
Couldn't get comfortable in trying to jump. The jump wouldn't have been that hard. It's only over the edge of the 2 balls. She should get this anyway. But position, that's a different story.
Great shot. Moving towards the 3. Have to see if there's room past the 10.
I think there is. She offered her hand to apologize. A nice little touch on the 3 to at least give her a chance. Half a pocket.
Don't really see any scenarios where the 10's going to be moved. Best, she won't play it off the 10 because it's too risky, but if it does nick it on the way through, that'd be great. I feel like she's just going to have to play the 10 in the long pocket, try to avoid the point.
And she's thinking effectively 6 shots ahead if she's looking at that 10 down in the bottom corner now. 5 and 6 still need to be negotiated.
Shot there with some left spin. Playing into the angle nicely.
Yeah, that's a shot for me, Eric. I say this all the time to all our amateurs watching at home. They see a shot like that, and these pros make it look easy, but you've got to allow for the deflection when you leave that center line, and the speed that you play the shot also determines how much you have to allow for. And these players make it look like it's straightforward. It's not.
100%, and it's a shot that kind of mid-level amateurs avoid, and it's kind of what holds them back. But if you're a player at home, it takes time and practice to master shots like that. And these players have done that.
And the more distance between the cue ball and object ball also factors in.
It's variable overall, and just kind of different situations that you have to learn playing with spin. She's straight enough here to hold up the right side of the table. Nice thing about the 9 is that it's fairly close to the 10. She'll want pinpoint position on the 10. The shot's so hard, she'll want to be close to it and fairly straight. Interested onlookers in the crowd here. Good shot, powered up, got to the long side. Bit of draw on left spin. She'll be coming back nicely towards the 10. If anything, she has a little too much angle. She could get creative here and try to run into the 10. She did try to run to it, missed it. Now this is going to be interesting. She's in a bad spot here. Ref should be coming up and checking if it's frozen. She's looking herself.
We've got a commentator slash referee set right here.
believe it's not frozen. She would have probably notified her opponent if it was. Great shot from Wei.
Wow. Eric, I'll let you do the honors on our highlight sheet.
Yeah, great shot.
That one could prove pivotal. Big chance of going 3-0 down. And with that shot, she had to get it. And where she left the cue ball, she really had to commit. The safety options just weren't there. But what a shot from Wei Wei. And 2-1 with the break to come and rack number 4. Always key moments in any match that you look back on and see where a match might have swung one way or the other. And that could well be one of those moments early on here.
Yeah, especially concerning the scoreline. If she didn't make it, she was likely to leave it. And looking at Jasmine being up 3-0 would have been in a very tough spot in the first set. But getting back to close to level here. Big game.
Yeah, and Jasmine, where she was sat, Eric, she was right in line with that 10 as it flew into the corner pocket, so she was the first to know it was in.
Bit of a dagger coming at you there.
So rack number 4, now finally poised. That was a good look at the BK rush break cue that Wei Wei employs.
Made the 1 on the side. That was her goal. Didn't get much on the 2. She placed the 2 thinly to the right and tries to hide it behind the 7-10. Can bring the cue ball up for cover behind the 3-5 as well. There is another shot where she crosses it up the middle and plays only the cue ball behind the 7-10. Just a little in between. If she plays the one up the middle plays well, but she's a little straight. She'd be worried about getting enough energy in the cue ball where she's able to come all the way across. She's considering hitting with some left spin to kind of promote the angle going to the left.
Very right. Oh, look out. Yeah. You know what, Eric? I think had she taken your advice there and played a little bit of left spin, it might have come off that 2 at a little bit wider angle. Would have helped her, kept that cue ball out of the corner, but that's a mistake.
She knew it too. That's why she was taking so long to shoot it. Just hit it thickly, really. I mean, if you hit it a little thinner, the cue ball would have traveled a little more to the left. But good chance for Jasmine here.
Yeah, real momentum stopper, that shot when following that last rack and the 10 she made. Should have been steamrolling, but big chance.
Everything lying good. A lot of combinations of 2 balls where you don't have to move the cue ball very much. 6-7 and 8-9. Very little to do on those shots. Got too much angle going to the right here, and she's just considering if she's going to play longer on the 4. This should be fine as long as the following angle plays to the right of the 9. Looks like it does. If it doesn't, she can draw over for the 5 in the corner. Playing under the 30-second shot clock here. Jasmine has the 2 choices. Gonna take her extension to figure out which one's the best. Well hit. Any kind of stun on that cue ball would have brought her into the 9. She's perfect now. Jasmine's not afraid to pick up the pace when the balls are all there. Still calculated though, looking where she needs to be on each angle.
Yeah, I think more times than not, Eric, it's just a matter for her to just kind of reset, maintain that focus. I mean, you rarely see those eyes leave the playing surface.
Sure, locked in.
I always say when I see a lot of unforced movement or something that tough to tell why a person's doing what they're doing, that's normally a sign of someone that's succumbing to the nerves and just buying a little bit more time to try and settle themselves down. Ensuring to leave herself angle on the 9. Could have left herself a little higher, made it a bit easier.
Yeah, a little in between here. I think she'll stay on the left side of the table. If she doesn't like it, there's 2 rails forward as well. Have to be careful for the corner here if she's playing this track. Well judged though. Nice shot.
Yeah, back to 2 racks in front. Jasmine 1 away from securing the first set. And a quick reminder on our format here, it is still a 2 out of 3 sets, but if in the 3rd set you get to a 3-3 scoreline, well then you get the shootout, and there have been so many of those here this week. Many times players, like in the last set, Jasmine was, or the last match Jasmine played, she was 3-0 in front of Cesca Centino in the quarterfinals. She was up 3-0, so the worst she was confronted with in the 3rd set was going to be a shootout. Well, that materialized. So she almost felt like she probably didn't have momentum going into that shootout, but she was jam up solid. Never missed the 10 ball once. And you know that all of these players put in a lot of time practicing that spot shot on the 10 too, because the shootout is very prevalent.
Yeah, it's almost inevitable that it's going to happen once during the course of winning the tournament. We were noting that Roland Garcia's path to the final in the men's event, he didn't drop a set, which is very rare.
Yeah, not until the final. Conrad Ouschan securing the men's title last night, and in convincing fashion. Garcia just couldn't find the same form that got him to the final. Rack number 5, 3-1 the lead.
Strong hit, lots of action. Not going to get one. Decent shot on the 1 for Wei as well. Predator Arcos balls featured there. They play very nice.
Yeah, I think for the most part, all of the Predator equipment that has been on display here at the convention center has drawn rave reviews.
Yeah, I can't remember a time in pool when all the equipment is made by the same manufacturer. Predator really doing a lot for the game.
Very right-eye dominant.
I noticed that, and likes to pause at the cue ball for a long time before she takes the final stroke. Shane Van Boning does that a lot as well. Kind of locks you in on your target. Should be coming 3 rails around the 5 here. Too much angle to draw straight out.
Yeah, she really does stay over the cue for a long time. Nicely played, though. Jasmine looks on. Just always want to be ready, positive, and in the moment.
She has the angle to draw straight back here, so she's in good position. Had to shorten the fall through a little bit there to get the cue ball to react quicker off the 5. Been a pretty high quality first set here. Each game that's won has been earned. We should go for the side here. Just taking a look at that angle. Interesting that she's considering playing 3 rails around. There are times when you would purposely play for that shot. I'd say the 9's a little far from the pocket. I'd prefer to be below it and have a more natural angle. No rails. There she goes. That's why she was considering it, because if she did get below it, there's a chance to get straight. But I feel like she has enough angle going forward that the 10 should be okay.
Just get comfortable with your bridge hand right in the pocket.
Stunned it a little bit to get even closer. Confident stroke there.
Yeah, very solid indeed. Mistakes have been at a premium. 3-2 still to Jasmine Ouschan, but Wei Chieh, yeah, she's on her trail, and she's not letting her out of sight.
Saw a little post on Facebook yesterday about a bunch of male players wearing Louis Vuitton belts. You see Wei's got one on there as well, where they were questioning if Louis Vuitton is sponsoring these players. They might be a silent sponsor. I think pool's getting to the point where we're going to get those kind of sponsorships.
I'm okay to get a purse.
Shoes, too. Shane wears the shoes.
Rack number 6. Wei with the controls.
Made the 1 on the side off the last break. Should be looking to do the same here. High of the pocket this time. 5 ball's got a chance. Not going to get there. And the 1 is perfectly in the side for Jasmine. Good chance here for Jasmine to close out the first set.
Now does she want to try and find that window between the 3 and the 7 to avail nice position to the 2. This would be risky. She's looking at it. That's really where she'd love to be. That would afford the best position as well from 2 to 3.
Yep, I think she's going to go for that. Likely going to have to play the 4 on the side. Draw a stroke off the 3. 7's blocking the main path towards playing the 4 in the bottom left.
Small window, and she's perfect. And Wei knows she may need a mistake from Jasmine here to get back to the table in this opening set.
Yeah, she's played well. This is a tough rack, but I believe she can get through it. Decent angle here. Almost like playing to the rail more than drawing it straight back. So she's in good position. 4 will play nicely onto the 5.
This is a pressure shot. Couldn't get that cue ball away from that side cushion. I mean, rolling these into the middle pocket's a very acute angle. There's no room for error.
Shot of the first set here.
Yeah, set winner, you have to feel if she gets it, Eric, so all the pressure that carries too. And again, our camera angles make those look so much easier than they are.
Yeah, at second look, she ended up having a little bit of angle going to the right, so she was able to play with a little more speed going to the rail, but still a tough shot. Doing well to get through the first part of the rack here. Still in control.
Well, just looking over to the right too, and I see Jasmine's coach and brother Albin.
Sure.
They're front and center watching this.
Lots of support behind her.
Not to mention the team event takes center stage later on too, so Jasmin on Team Austria, as is Albin, and if you want your teammate to bring a little confidence to the table, wouldn't you want them winning their matches?
Definitely. It's kind of a both way hope here, hoping for her personally and hoping for her to be confident in the teams later on.
Yeah.
I like Austria overall. I like Chinese Taipei as well, who Tzu-Chien is playing for.
Yeah, Team USA still in there. Team Germany, there's a lot of teams that can still win it, and a lot of prize money on offer in the team event.
Pardon me, Chieh Chow is the women's representative for Chinese Taipei.
This has been a great performance to this point. Jasmin has played rock solid.
Yeah, great opening set by Jasmin. Getting through some tough racks. Has to decide if she wants to slow roll this or play up and down 2 rails.
Yeah, again, this movement you see, this is all just locking herself in.
Shot. Jasmin Ouschan in great form here. About to take the first set.
Yeah,
Quick
she'll
run
just,
for the extension.
yeah, the little butt extension to be able to reach this comfortably. Great performance from Jasmin Ouschan in set number 1. She secures at 4-2 in the end. And looking the full meal deal is this young lady from Austria. No mistakes whatsoever, Eric. The 2 semifinalists are going to take a little bit of a break, so we're going to take a little break as well. We'll be back with more action. Hope you all stay with us. Welcome back. It was a very short break. Both ladies with a chance to just have a quick word with their coaches and friends, teammates, and get back to the business at hand. First rack, second set, Jasmine Ouschan. She's already secured the first one, and in very convincing fashion.
Crushing break there. A little off square, so got that 3-ball formation kind of in the where the balls were racked. But man, she hit that with power.
Yeah, she really did. She does have a lot of power.
Over on table 1, they're at Hill, Kelly Fisher and Che Cho in the first set. Three, 5 could be available. Definitely playing safe here. Rest of the rack's lying too tough. No point on taking a big risk right now. She could get aggressive and try to bank the 1 into the 3-5 area. It doesn't look like she's playing more of the cue ball up table here. Good shot, trapping the cue ball 4 rails. Just got her.
Jasmine comes with a short cue, didn't even have to look.
Yeah, she knows she has a chance to make it.
And again, with this weapon, you know that these top players put in a lot of practice with the jump cue.
What a
Wow.
shot.
That's what happens when you put practice in.
Kidding.
Now with the 3 in the middle of the table, pretty much locked up, Jasmine can regain the initiative in this opening rack, and a good aggressive safety, the order of the day. Got a wall of colors to try and duck behind.
Yeah, you could look to play the cue ball behind the 8 here. How's the speed? Not bad. 2's definitely hidden.
Actually, not getting behind the 8 may be better, because that 8 has taken the easy escape path away.
Yeah, I see that. There is a jump kick through that same path. Just looking at 2 rails here. Very tough to judge kicks like this, but not much more options. Be nice if Jasmine could get ball in hand. The 3 does play into the 5 as a combo, but I feel like if she does get ball in hand, she might take a shot at opening it up.
Well, it's a big 2, given that it's near a cushion, so it's effectively double in size, a little wider target area, but she's trying to almost work backwards.
She's going 3 rails now.
Well, this is tougher.
Good try.
That was tougher.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to allow for the deflection off the cushion with the spin. That was considerably more harder.
Let's see if she plays the breakout here. It's a 50-50 decision because the combo is pretty makeable. Just got to consider where the 3 is going to go if you do play that shot.
Yeah, but leaving this kind of angle, Eric, her path is pretty clear. She was always going after the 3 when she gave herself that kind of angle.
Might be just thick enough on the side that she's able to cut it in. Good shot. Not playing into a full pocket there. Nicely using the part of the pocket she needed to. Got to avoid the 7 coming back towards the 5. Can do that with a bunch of right. Good shot. Jasmin playing very well here. Looks like Wei's going to have to rely on developing something herself. Not going to be many mistakes coming from Jasmin.
Yeah, and Wei fully capable of elevating her game. Mind you, she hasn't been given much of a chance, in fairness. Jasmin just looks locked in, Eric.
Yeah, making small recovery shots, getting herself to the point where she's perfect. She'll be a big favorite to run the rest of this rack. She'll have the confidence of winning the first set as well. Pretty natural cue ball movement here. Probably be looking at taking the natural angle from the 9 to the 10, just floating back to the middle. Bit of left spin to help her get closer to it.
You know, if I was Wei sitting in my chair and as I see Jasmin going through the motions here, she looks way too comfortable for my liking.
Yeah, just no mistakes, really.
Got the speed of the table down pat. Yeah, she has brought her A game to the semi-final, make no mistake. First rack of the second set, and the beat goes on for Jasmine Ouschan.
Hitting the break nice and hard too. She's a threat to break and run at any time, I think. I don't feel like she's had maybe possibly one in the match so far, but executing the break where she has a chance to really keep Wei sat down.
Austria will be in action tonight in the team play. Our teammates Mario He and brother Albin Ouschan. I've seen Albin looking on here. I don't know if Mario's anywhere in the crowd or near a monitor, but he'll probably be pretty happy with what he sees too. It's a pretty healthy payday with the team event.
120,000 up top. Watch this athletic form from Jasmin here. Leg kick up in the air, tip pointing down through the rack, all the things that are likely to generate big power. Nice and square hit. Eight ball looks like it's going to come in between the 1 and the cue ball. It did.
Yeah, and that's pretty typical. When things are going good and you're playing well, you expect good things to happen, and they normally do.
You can see Wei shaking her head a little bit on the way to the shot.
Yeah, no one ever said it had to be fair. And there haven't been any break and runouts in this.
Might consider swerving at it just to try to get something going. Depends how much she does have to swerve the ball. Looks like a little too much. There is a kick safe, trying to play the 1 in between the 3-5 and cue ball behind the 3. Just gonna back off that though, a little too aggressive. Gotta take her extension. Just got it off with 2 seconds left. Interesting push there, kind of pushing into the same angle that she was on. Maybe seeing if Jasmine wants to take this aggressive kick safe. She's considering the jump as well. Feels like the jump is a little too tough. Wei just trying to get herself into a slightly better angle to execute this kick safe. I like the push. If she felt like getting at it the way she wanted was a little lower percentage from where she was, just raising her percentages a little bit here. Almost hit it perfect, but it's gonna end up over the side. Tough roll there. Knew she had to try to make something happen, almost did.
Yeah, I'm looking for a problem area on the table. The 4 and 10 are close together, but that 4 is open. Jasmine knows it. She's just had a look and confirmed that. So the 1, 2, and 3 there for the taking.
Have to see if the 6 passes the 7.
Yeah, with the 5 at the other end of the table, Eric, that could pose a bit of a hurdle for her, depending on the angle she has on the 5.
Good shot there. Ideally wants to get straight enough on the 4 that she doesn't have to draw the cue ball between the 9-10. Looking at the exact angle she needs to be on there. Looks like she's playing over to the drawing, or to the angle where she's going to run into the 10 or have to draw in between it. Should be manageable though. Chose to go to the straighter side, safer option. Good play there. She's straight enough.
Now the cause for concern now is attacking that 6 from the 5. She's kind of given herself the 4 already.
Yeah, 4 to the 5's looking good. It's definitely possible that the 6 passes, and the way she's kind of looking down the angle there, it does look like she's thinking about playing the 6 past the 7. Having a couple looks though, it's close. Not a full pocket.
Tapping the table, willing that cue ball to stop. She's pretty straight on this 5.
Yeah, I wanted a slight angle going to the right. Even straight back's okay. Just be a bit more of a blind pocket. She wants to be able to sight as much of the pocket as she can. See that little shake of the head there? She's kind of telling herself, okay, I'm going to accept the angle. I know I'm going to have to make a little tougher shot. Might be drawing all the way back as well. Ooh. First mistake from Jasmine in a long time. Let's see how the 5 ends up here. She's going to be able to cobble the 9 in. Just got caught between a bunch of thoughts there, and shot clock was running down. I actually think she decided on drawing it all the way back. Just didn't have quite enough time to prepare. Not that that means you're going to miscue all the time, but just kind of the scrambled thinking got her a little bit there. Nice play from Wei. Shot. The way she played the cue ball there tells you that the 6 was very tight past the 7. Confident stroke there.
Yeah, not the best cue ball in the world, Eric.
Yeah, over top and reaching. Reaching's the difficult part here. Always going to tend up to come up with less power when you're reaching like that, and just left more distance than she wanted, but the cue ball is traveling to the left. Could put a good aggressive stun stroke on this.
First mistake from Jasmine. It could be a costly one in the second set.
Great shot, and she needed that. Tough to come up after not really shooting for a long period of time and play a nice run out like this. Shows her pedigree.
Yeah, nothing touching the corners either going in. 1-1 in set number 2. Wei Chieh waited patiently for the opportunity. The mistake finally came. And she dished up. Yeah, she's a champion. They both are. Semi-final matchup always looked to be a mouth-watering prospect. Tough one to call.
We're in the other semifinal. Kelly Fisher's won the first set and leads 1-0 in the second set. Cho and Fisher have been going back and forth for about a year and a half, trading victories back and forth. Wei hits the break well too. Not quite as much power as Jasmine, but enough to get good dispersion. Hit it nice and square there. Just nothing down.
Chance at the 1, 2, 3, and the 4, 5 there. 6 offers a combination to the 8. You know, just running through the lay of the land. Jasmine probably pretty happy to get back to the table as quickly as she is.
Yeah, it's a runnable table. Toughest play is going to be from the 2 to the 3. That's what she's thinking about right now. What kind of angle does she want exactly on the 2 to get the best position on the 3? See how this comes off. It's a little on the straight side.
Oh, Eric, I think that's a lot on the straight side. She needed a lot more angle than that. Really where the 9 was. She didn't want to play around with too much angle. Yeah. I don't know if she's going to be able to get behind that 3. She's looking now maybe at a bank.
Just because it's so straight. If the cue ball is traveling to the right, she could play 2 rails forward. A lot of power, 2 rails forward and back out to the middle, playing the 3 in the opposite corner pocket. The 2 is lying very good to be like straight in on the bank for the 3, so that's a have to consider that as well, and that's what she's doing. Looks like she's favoring the bank here. See their dead steady nerve.
Well, I'm not so sure about the bank now.
Yeah, kind of went halfway in between there. You would think if she decided on the bank, she would have just stopped the ball. But it's not like she was out of control with the cue ball there. She chose to play high. It's a good shot. Maintaining advantage here.
Jasmine has played a great jump shot already in this semi-final. We'll see if Wei Chieh can do the same thing now. Getting the 3 is one thing. Getting a look at the 4, if she makes this, That might be another. And she's called the 3 into the corner pocket.
Yeah, calling her extension as well. Knows the difficulty here. Whoa, lucky for the cue ball to hang up there. And the 7, oddly, is pushed together with the 6-8, but I think it still affords a combo. Have to get a real close look at the angle.
Yeah, Jasmine might be tiptoeing around this table because that cue ball is half in and half out of that corner pocket. Amazing. Defying gravity.
Tough shot right out of the corner there. Slow roll. Gotta roll herself though. Wei Wei's gonna have to jump at this again. Cue ball's playing back towards the 4, but playing exact position is very tough off a jump. Didn't open up that 6, 7, 8 area. I still think it plays in. If anything, it might play on the thick side a little bit.
Yeah, Jasmine's got to have a look at that 3-ball combination, that 6, 7, 8. She is now.
Didn't take a look for long, so it might be wired. Looks like it's playing into the long rail just slightly. But she can, at certain speed, she can use the rail to help pocket the ball as well.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy though, Eric, even if she does try and attack that 8 into that corner, you know, getting aggressive options with the 6 and 7 left.
Yeah, gonna have to think about how the 6 is gonna play off the angle. Doesn't really have the angle to go into it here. Really getting down and seeing how those balls connect to each other.
Spinning the cue ball to straighten it up. So this is the big shot in this rack.
I don't think the 6 is going to move very far, and I don't think the 7 is going to move very far either. We'll see how this ends up. Six played off nicely. Watch out for the cue ball. Whoa, that's 2 shots in this rack, just cliffhangers in the pocket.
Yeah, just slightly, well, probably a little more than slightly overran that, but I mean, they split ideally for her. It's just a little further away from the 6 and awkward cueing.
Good shot there. Natural angle that wasn't really lying perfect for her. She couldn't really do much with the cue ball other than natural. Aggressive bank option here. Could play safe as well. Thing about the bank is the cue ball will be traveling pretty far up table. So I think she might lean towards playing safe here, or kind of more of the two-way side of the bank. Played safe. Left it hanging out a little bit, but not enough for a way to pocket it. She'll have a chance to return safe here. Could play a two-way bank, two-way long bank. Try to get use the 9 as a blocker. Take a shot at making the 7. There she goes, calling the corner. It's low percentage on a long bank like this, so she really has to focus on the cue ball. Doesn't have an extension. Gotta go. Just decided to back off last minute. Really, part of her decision there is that she was down at the end of her shot clock, and the shot was too tough that she couldn't just risk winging at it kind of last minute.
Well, she had to know she was leaving a bank option, that's for sure. And Jasmine has nominated the side pocket, so again, totally committed to this.
Close. Fluke's not going to count. Doesn't make it there, so first chance for Wei, possibly to take her first overall lead in the match. Ooh, caught it too thick. Cue ball got a lot less energy getting out of that angle. Real tester here. Could back off, but I feel like you got to try to make something happen. Again, right down to the end of her shot clock. Used the extension early. Got in a couple tough spots near the end of the rack here where she wasn't able to use the extension. Left her over top of the 10 though. Might see a big stroke shot from Jasmine here. What a shot. Difficulty of potting a ball at that distance, at that speed. Have to target the pocket perfectly and did very well there.
Still a very missable 10. She's bought herself this shot. Yeah, sigh of relief from Jasmine Ouschan there. That was a rack that kind of went back and forth, Eric, and in the end, Jasmine secures it with a powerful shot on the 9 and a very good pressure-packed shot on the 10.
Yeah, one of the first real back and forth racks of the match. Jasmine got the best of it there. Wei just misjudged how thick she wanted to hit the 7. If she hits it just millimeters thinner, the cue ball will have a lot more energy going towards the 9.
Well, you talk about how this match is unfolding, and our stats boys have just told us 46% of Wei Wei's shots are successful when she's at the table. Jasmine, 73% success rate, knocking balls in.
Jasmine's coach there.
Kind of gives you an idea of the dominance that Jasmine Ouschan has had in this match. She's won the first set, 2-1 ahead in set number 2. 9 racks have been played. Jasmine has won 6 of them. And she's breaking here in the 10th rack.
Huge break, making the 5. Coming up with a shot on the 1. And as mentioned, I've liked how she's hit the break right from break 1. She's finally been rewarded here.
Bit of work to do though on the right hand side.
Yeah, 7's gonna have to be developed. 3, she can use the 3 to do that. I'll have to judge how the cue ball's running into the 7-9 area, be able to get on the 4 properly. Possibly wait till later in the rack and use the 6. Got pretty small angles needed there. How she gets on the 2 will dictate how she plays the rest of the rack as well. Bit of an odd choice. Looks like the combo lies okay. I think she'll still go for it.
Could even use the 6 to hold the 2. She's looking possibly the combination now, Eric, or if the safety is in mind, she'll still use the 6 and trundle up to the 8. No, it was always the combination, but now she's pushed the 8 into a position that whole cluster is going to need to be moved.
You know what's odd here? She's kind of opened up the 7 and opened up the 8 to the left side pocket. That's a very intricate play. I mean, you'd have to get the cue ball in small areas a couple times there, but I would consider it. Not 100% sure if the 3 actually passes the 7 as well. Kind of looks like it's edged onto the 7 there, where it might be blocking the pocketing angle.
She's got a very easy safety, though, if she didn't want to attack.
Right.
Got a wall of colors to hide behind, but looks like she's going. Oh, she's missed it, and missed it badly, and that might have been, for me, one of the weakest efforts from Jasmine that we've seen in the match to this stage.
Yeah, it looked like 2 rails across, and she ended up just slowing down on the speed. Jason Gauthier there from Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, making his way out with his daughter and his wife.
Now, does she try and kind of stun this into the side cushion, Eric, and maybe flick that 9 on the way out? It's still going to afford position to the 4, but it'll clear the trouble area there.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that it pockets. It did. Nice shot. Good call.
Well, she didn't really catch the 9 flush, otherwise it would have feathered towards the 4. And I mean, even though she's opened them up, this one looks a little tricky for me. Real awkward cueing over the 7, looking at this 4, to the side of it anyway.
Yeah, it's going to probably have to play into the right side of the cue ball, and it really messes with your perception when you have a ball, knowing you have to cue past the ball and also cue spin, so she's going to avoid that, just elevate.
Another one of those camera angles I talk about all the time that make a shot look a lot easier than it really is. And that, I mean, that shot was really tough. And you get a great camera angle right down the line of the cue. If nothing else, you could see how steady the cue was. Just no wavering at all. But that miss could well be punishable. And should be.
Yeah, Jasmine's in the driver's seat now. She's played well this match. A little shaky in the last couple racks, but getting the advantage here again. Good stroke there.
Ensuring to leave a little angle on this 8. Got to get over the other side of the table for the 9.
A little straight, trying to power out of it as much as she could. Done well enough that she would expect to make this. 9 ball's going to be playing at a speed that makes the pocket a little bigger. If she feels like it's too much, she'll go across 3 times. Good shot. Right in the heart there.
Yeah, you saw the clench of the fist. She knew that was a big shot. She knew it was a big moment. And she is on the cusp of a berth in the final. 3-1 in the second set, one that would put her over the finish line in this. Over last year's champion, Wei Tzu-Chien.
Played well.
Yeah, really, like maybe 2 mistakes that I can remember. The miscue, the big miscue, and then miss down the right-hand cushion up at the top right corner. Other than that, Eric, misses have been few and far between.
Yeah, she's put Wei under a lot of pressure. Wei's played pretty well, too. Had a couple small openings where she could have took bigger advantage. It's not over yet, though. 3 racks to come back and win the second set and force a deciding set here.
She's saying, yeah, my money's on Jasmine. you just remember you're buying the cash is on Jasmine. Well, 3-1. 1 set already in the bank and 3-1 in the second set. So this has to be the comeback trail for Wei Wei to have any chance.
Big snap again. 3 was going towards the side, but ends up getting kicked away. Wei Wei's going to have a chance here. 3 ball's not in a great position. Might end up playing safe behind the 7. Not really much to do here. I think you just have to make the 1 and the 2, get on an angle where you can play safe on the 3.
Depending where she gets to, Eric. I mean, a 3-8 combination, outside possibility. All depends where she gets this cue ball to. Now she decides to go after that 3.
Yeah, it's a weird spot where, you know, she's kind of in a bit of trouble here, so she could decide to get more aggressive and try to make something happen. Nothing wrong with that. Might have came up short here.
Yeah, I think by her body language, just looking at her.
She did.
And where she was playing that, she might have been looking at the 3-8 combination. Now she's kicking.
Yeah, there is a track 2 rails around the right side of the 7. Gonna have to figure out what parts of the 3 she can hit. Try to get a safe out of it. Tough part here is you're kicking 2 rails. The cue ball could easily go into the right side rail, but if you hit it squarely, you're at risk of not hitting a rail. Like, you gotta hit it real hard to get the 3 to a rail. The cue ball likely will. Hit it with enough speed to guard against that.
She's left a shot.
Yep.
In the angle that we just saw there from our camera shot. Possibility, if it's straight and she can draw this straight back, I mean, it would be a big shot.
It is. That's what she'll be playing.
Straight back to get right behind the 4. Yeah, she called for her extension. She wants a bit more time to prepare herself for this, because that shot is available. Now, does the miscue play into your thought at all?
Yeah, it doesn't help when you're hitting such a big draw shot like this. Underdrew it a bit. Can play the cue ball behind the 9. 4 kind of towards the 10, ideally to the left of it. Just thinking about maybe tracking the cue ball down towards the 7, which can work as well. shot. Ended up well. Wei Wei's going to be going for the jump here. Aggressive play.
Calls aside.
Let's try. Gonna get a roll, so she's still in the match. If the roll didn't go her way there, Jasmine would have had a good chance at closing out the set. Where the fours ended up, though, you'd consider her a slight underdog in this rack right now. Good hit. Four's going to come out, though, no reward. Wei Wei's going to have to try to get on an angle on the 6 where she can get below the 7 and play the 7 in the long pocket. If she doesn't, there could be a combo available. She'll be looking to avoid that.
Comfortable lead for Jasmine at this point, but she knows the prowess of her opponent and her ability. And I expect that Wei Wei has won a lot of matches in her day coming from behind.
Just slightly the wrong angle here where she looks like she's going to be forced to playing the combo. If she does get straight on it, it's very makeable. She'll want to land as straight as possible. Gonna have to play the cue ball in with a lot of slow drag feel here. Felt like she couldn't hold it. I thought about this shot. Don't think it's exactly how she played it. It didn't end up how she wanted. Kind of looks like it's on a decent track towards the corner. She's not even considering it. Cue ball's really close to the 7, so might just want to avoid any chance of a double hit there. So the 7 was going to be her one problem in the rack and ended up just getting stumped on that.
Still in control, though. This is going to take some hitting, not just the hit, but to get it safe.
Yeah, she's going to favor the thin. Oh, the shot clock's low already. Could have ended up a lot worse at that speed.
Wow, no kidding.
She'd want to be able to hit the 7 thin enough and play the cue ball 2 rails towards the 8. Looks like she's thinking about that. Good shot. That was the cue ball. Not going to get behind the 8. Covered all the most dangerous parts of the 7, but looks like Jasmine will have the right side of it, be able to play another safe back at Wei. I like playing the 7 in the middle of the short rail here. Trying to use the 10 as a blocker, bring the cue ball up into a similar position on the opposite short rail. It's a good shot. 9 was a big ball there. Ooh, it left a swerving angle.
Yeah,
I don't mind swerving at these balls sometimes. It's just a slight swerve.
Biggest jump shot she'll have played to this stage in the match.
Got it. No roll on the 8 though.
Yeah, she deserved a better fate there for sure. She hit that one real nice.
She can cut the 8 thinly to the left and try to use the 10 as a blocker. Gonna need some right spin. A little bit tough to judge these sometimes. Pardon me, left spin. Great shot. That was tougher than it looked.
It seems like she's always had control of this. From a few shots ago, Jasmine's always been defending.
Yeah, she's led the way in the safes for sure. Just can't get that quite extra opening break to finish the rack. Still in a good spot here. Again, though, not getting the extra roll to really be a favorite here. I feel like the combo's lined up well enough to try it. It'll be a thought, but I don't think it's playing well enough into the pocket. Back cut on the 8 is very thin. Safes are tough as well, though.
Well, you've pretty well given all the scenarios on that shot.
Which one will it be? Good shot.
Very good shot.
Like you said, maintaining the edge here, not giving anything up, putting Jasmine in tough spots where Jasmine's done well to survive.
Well, she'll be looking for a full ball hit here. And again, got to be careful not to get in too deep to this 8. The scratch is always a possibility if you overswerve this.
Finally left an opening for Wei. She'll be looking to draw the cue ball around 2 rails here. Good shot. Finally got the opening she needed. In good position now.
To stay in the match. Thrilling rack, Eric. A lot of ups and downs for both players, but it just seemed like Wei dictated the pace from the safety end at the tail end of that rack and pulls one back. Still 3-2 to Jasmine Ouschan.
Yeah, Wei under pressure there, holding court whenever she needed to.
Jasmine looks like she's enjoying this, though. Well, I think Wei, if she didn't know she was in for a battle royal, she knows it now.
Hits the break aggressively. She's a threat to run racks. Breaking from the side rail, trying to make the 1 in the opposite side pocket.
I think the word is spread around the arena. I see more and more people coming to this table and watching, taking it in. The level, the standard of play here has been extremely high.
Oh, Cheeky kiss in the side pocket there. He's having a bit of a laugh about it. Ball wasn't directly in. Just got kissed in the side. So first chance for Jasmine to move on to the finals here. Rack's pretty accessible. Bit of thought and work to do from the 1 to the 2, but she has ball in hand, so she should be able to manage that.
Yeah, the break has not been kind to Wei Chieh. He's had a couple dry breaks in this set, and then the foul.
Good shot. Maintaining nice angle towards the 3. Next tougher positional move will be from the 4 to the 5. Just to kind of slow drag this. Close enough though to it that she should have good feel for it. Good shot. Getting closer to the 4 here will increase her chances of getting on the 5. Angle going into the left side rail now, but that'll be okay. It'll play across. 2 rails. So rack's looking good. It's been a great performance by Jasmine. Just has to finish it off here.
Yeah, she knows this is a real big shot, Eric. She's got to hit this with a bit more force. And, you know, when you've got to power up a little bit, that tendency to peak, just to move a little bit, is always there. And you know what they say about peaking? You may not like what you see.
Got a little thin into the 5 there, and the cue ball moved more than she wanted.
Yeah, I think she intended playing that 6 into the corner. She caught the 5 a bit thin. And now
She's in a bit of a trap here. I'll just mention this quickly. You could actually play the cue ball behind the point of the side pocket. The 6 is a little bit far from it. No, she might be able to draw out of it or play some kind of safe.
wow. I think the mistake was on the previous shot, not that one.
Definitely. She was in a trap there. There wasn't much she could do. Even the following angles were going into the side. The drawing angles were going into the side. Did her best to get away from it. Almost did. Well,
that's going to be a tough one to forget, Eric.
Yeah, and you can see the emotion on her face. But really, she's still only 1 game away from winning the 2nd set. Wei hasn't broken Rana rack yet, so she needs to be ready to play in the next game. She'll have time in between racks to recover, regroup. Wei getting through these last 4 balls very smoothly, showing she's ready to take her shot at the 2nd set as well.
Well, not much I can say that you haven't seen. 3-3, and Jasmine now has to forget about how she lost that one. Like you said, Eric, still a lot to play for, and we've seen no indication from Wei Chieh that she can break and run a rack. Mind you, if she ever could, she'd never time one better than now.
I think we saw that in one of our earlier matches. There was no break and run until Hill, and I think it was Mario He, when he was playing that defensive break, and he finally broke and ran a rack at Hill in the second set.
Yeah, on this table.
Yeah. Place finished on table 1. If it was finished that quickly, I have to assume that Kelly Fisher went through. I'll double check the brackets for you guys.
Well, I still see a lot of people sat there.
Oh,
so
it could be just on a break, pardon me. Yeah. Yeah, that Cho has won the second set, so they'll be going to a third set over there on table 1.
And Jasmine Ouschan is trying to avert that fate. Wei Chieh must have had to think about the break for a while. Had a little extra time there just to consider the options, and still can't string anything together.
Yeah, the biggest thing that's tripping her up is just not making a ball.
Yeah, and with the crowd noise, Eric, with them being on a break over there, there's a little bit more hustle and bustle in the crowd, just a little bit more ambient noise that you've got to try and block out.
Jasmine could play the cue ball behind the 7 here. Cue ball control, have to be pretty precise on that one. Decent containing shot. Less likely to get full coverage. She's left Wei only a safe here. Crossing the 1 up the middle, trying to use the 7 as a blocker. Good shot, just have to see if it lines up. It has. Might have just the slightest right edge of the 1.
Quick look from the other side.
Avoid using your extension early in the rack here. Gonna have to, though. Hasn't made enough of a decision yet.
Yeah, she didn't want to use it, and hence the frown. She wanted to save it. Might come at a more integral part in this rack.
Especially Hill. But she wasn't ready to hit it, so backed off. Yeah, it's a weird shot. Only had certain parts of the ball. The 1 was playing into the 10. She knew that. She left the 1-10.
And Wei Chieh's called the 10 as well.
Just because of the way the rest of the rack lies. So this is a chance for Wei Chieh to pull even here.
Well, the definition of tough.
Mix of talent and nerve here.
What a shot. What a shot from Wei Chieh there. Under extreme duress, and just like that, it is 1 set apiece. When Jasmine Ouschan had everything going her way, had a couple looks at the finish line in this one, And just like that, 1 set each.
Looks like both players are going to go for a break. And we'll be back for a third and deciding set.
Well, we're back with what promises to be an edge of your seat third set. And again, remember, if we get to 3-3 in this one, the shootout takes center stage. But Wei Chieh, what a fight back by her. Boy, she got nerves of steel, Eric.
Yeah, hung in there very well in that second set. Everything was against her, came back and won the last 3. She's changing her break position here for the first break of the third set. And it's changed the results, got the 4 down. Good choice there by her. Kind of actually surprised she didn't do it earlier, but recognized properly that things weren't working on the other side.
Yeah, that's about all you can do is change the area that you break from and alter the break speed. Not much else you can change.
She'll be looking to hit the 6 squarely here and hang the 1 right around the area where the 6 is. Didn't quite end up how she wanted. I feel like she's too thin here. Quite sure what she's looking at there. Banking the 1 around 4 rails possibly. 10, got safe. I would expect her to be in a bad shot or a bad spot the next time she comes to the table. Cue ball can play towards the 10 here. Can also use the 7-8 to block the pass to the 1. Good shot. Yeah, Jasmine's played well. She just made that one mistake on the 5. So she just has to regroup from that. Tough though. Spots where obviously she's a fighting champion, but there has been spots in her career where she's hasn't been able to handle those adversities maybe as well as she would have liked.
And you know the nature of this game too, Eric. You've played it for a long time as well. The balls tend to remember. You know, you throw away a few good opportunities and they don't tend to reward you, do they?
Yeah, the luck of the roll kind of momentum changes. Luck of the roll changes a little bit. It's a good shot. Depending on how these first couple games go, I still give Jasmine a real good fighting chance. Not only because of her ability, but because she's breaking the balls a little better. Wei looks like she's found something the first break of this set, but still hasn't been able to really lock Jasmine out. One and the cue ball finishing very close together. Might be right in line with the pocket though. Let's get way up to avoid the double hit here. Good shot. Legal hit. 5's blocking the banking option. Gonna bank the 2 past the side pocket. Try to line the cue ball up with the 10, also using the 5. Always good to use more than one ball as a chance to get a blocker, whether it be a wall or different angles that line up. Nice shot there. Wei just getting down, taking a close look at the angle. Decided that she doesn't need to jump at it. Calling the 9 in the corner, extremely aggressive. Just doesn't like the safes, I guess. This is very aggressive, but if she gets it, this will be a statement shot in the first game of the 3rd set here. Real tough. I mean, got a roll on how the 2 ended up. Main part that made the judgment in her decision there is that it was actually tough to play safe. But the percentages of making the combo were very low. Got Jasmine in a pretty bad spot here. She can, yeah, she does it off the side rail. Just trying to get full coverage, not quite.
Yeah, for the time being, okay, but she may not like her next shot.
looks like she might leave the left edge.
Yeah, just a little short of what it would have been ideal pace. Mind you, it's close, Eric. Not sure Jasmine can get through to this too.
She can't. 7 got her on the opposite side.
So she called the top left corner. Not the toughest hit, but getting it safe, another story.
Two's going to be available. Looks like it might be a real big stroke shot here. 8 feet between the cue ball, 8 feet drawing back. Might be able to do something with developing an angle to the going to the left, but I think she's too straight for that. Watch this cue power. About as much cue power as you'll ever need here. Just backed off on it. It's too tough. Hit it. Yeah, didn't even really try to get to the middle there.
It's taking what the table offers.
Smart shot. I mean, if you had to hit that at like 10 out of 10 speed, just decreases your pocketing percentage by a lot.
Wide open look at the 3 here.
Yeah.
The 5 is over the side pocket.
Opening look of the set going to Ouschan here. She's going to have to reassert herself in this match. Shot. Nicely up for the 5. Rest the rack line good. So Jasmine out to the early lead here.
Yeah, the magic number here, 3. You get to 3, the worst you're going to get is a shootout.
Yeah, another element to this format. Every game, big importance here.
Just kind of pinching that pocket to keep the cue ball closer to the middle of the table and maintain the angle on the 8.
Looks to be moving around pretty confidently. Definite tester on the opening shot here. Past that. Wei Chieh has her own mental struggles going on too. Holding up well though. Won 3 games under big pressure.
And she opens her account in this, the final set. A 1-0 advantage.
Both women still short on break and runs. I believe there's been one so far this set, this match. Jasmine hitting it with good power though.
Yeah, Jasmine has definitely enjoyed a lot more success off the break.
She's making balls, just not quite getting all the way out to break and runs, but has gained some advantage overall. Playing a good safe first, or a few shots into the rack.
This arena lighting that we've got over both our stream tables, Eric, the Predator Arena lights, I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of these.
Yeah, it just completely illuminates the area. It does everything you'd ever want lighting to do. No glares under the rails.
Even lighting.
Yep.
We'll see if Jasmine can continue on with a success rate on the break and motor on toward the finish line.
Little off square, didn't quite get as much reaction out of the rack as she would have wanted. Looks like Wei Chieh has the left edge of the 1 here. If she does, the cue ball will be traveling naturally towards the 2. If she doesn't have enough to pocket it, she can also overcut the 1. I think the 3 might be blocking her though. Looks like she's going directly at it. That didn't work out, but it was more to tie up the 3 as well. Bit of an odd push. You would have thought she could try to tie something up and not leave such a straight-in shot on the 1. Definitely created a problem over there with the 394. Not quite sure what Jasmine can do to solve it, really. Even if you get on that angle between the 4-6, kind of tough to get a safe. Maybe playing the cue ball behind the 4. Trying to push the 3 forward through the angle. Odd rack here. Yeah, there was no value in trying to make the 2. Wei can see the right edge of the 2. Can try to play the cue ball behind the 7.
Yeah, where that 3 is. Complexion of this rack completely changed.
Well, how about just powering up, banking this in, and opening up the whole area? she could consider it. The only thing is that the cue ball could run into the 7 and kind of play off too wide. More balls being pushed into that area. Let's tell you a quick story. Jason Klatt and I were playing in the World Team Championships one time, and we were playing 8-ball, and about 10 balls lined up along the side rail like this, and there became a spot where Jason's like, let's push another one in there. And I said, do you know how many safes we're gonna have to play if there's 11 balls along the side rail? I'm talking like literally along the side rail, right? I said, if we do this, then you're gonna have to call the rest of the game. There's another one in there now. What actually ended up happening was 30 minutes later, they called a stalemate with 12 balls on the table. Can you believe that? All the balls, it was like, you know, in snooker when they push over the corner, but this happened in pool. All the balls ended up in one area. They called a stalemate.
Never seen that before.
No kidding.
I mean, you see a lot of re-racks in snooker nowadays, even if after about 2 or 3 safeties, if nothing's being matured, you know, the referee will offer the players a re-rack.
Yeah, the players are smart enough that they get in those situations, but still to this day, you know, you can get in funny spots with the eight ball, and where you end up in a stalemate situation with just the 8 or 1 solid left or something. But this was 12 balls left on the table. Of course, there's no stalemate in 9 ball because you have the 3 foul rule. Kind of odd how they're just pushing them more towards the pocket. You feel like something eventually is going to happen where maybe the 3 goes on the side.
Well, you're eventually going to be able to get that 2 to where it's going to be surrounded. You won't have a clear path to get at it.
Yeah. So that's what she's done there. She can get at it off the short rail. Gonna need some left spin, but it is achievable. The way the 2's lined up onto the 3, I feel like the 3 is playing into the top point and maybe not pocketable. Could go off the 6 though. Foul, and here's a break in the rack.
Yeah, she just spun the cue ball, Eric, into the 9, a little too much side spin.
Two's available in the top right pocket. That's what she's considering now. Still a bit of congestion around there, so she's considering just playing safe here. She'll be able to get her in a bad spot off the safe. Got to consider where you're playing the 2 to be able to get the 3rd foul in this spot. Only thing I don't like about that is where she played the 2, because it's going to be tough to get a real solid 3rd foul from where it's lying right now.
Well, but if she's looking to play the 2 and use the 4 for the safety, that's got to be her option.
I hear you.
She'll pocket the 2 and try and play the 3rd foul on the 4.
Yeah, at that point she might just carom the 7 in as well, but we'll have to see what develops here.
And that's if she goes for 3 fouls, but who knows? Well, 210 now.
Oh, yeah. Little off angle.
Yeah, 2 rolled a little further than when I first set it. Kept going, so.
And actually, the 2 got pushed in a spot where she can consider the 3rd foul. Lots going on in this rack here.
Well, she's absolutely considering the 3rd foul. She's going to try and get this cue ball married to that 5. She didn't. She's left her a little bit of space.
Yeah, she's going to be able to hit this ball. Has to make sure she hits it, so kind of going to back off on the kick safe options. Just make sure she survives here.
Yeah, she's on 2 fouls, remember? But that was a little bit of a mistake, a little let off. Still not the easiest hit in the world. She's calling the side pocket.
No way, 3 fouls.
Yeah, and you know what? Where she was playing that, it almost looked like it was going to come up narrow.
You could tell she was aiming too sharp, yeah, especially at the speed she was aiming at it.
Well, 3 fouls it is. You don't see that often. But a strange finish to that one. 1-1 the score in set number 3.
Epic battle here between these 2 ladies. Very evenly matched.
Yeah, the way things were unfolding over near that side pocket with all those balls being push there. It almost looked like it was going to be something where fouls were going to be a determining factor in this rack, and sure enough, they were.
Yeah, developed in a different way, but it was the same end result. First one came from hiding the 2 in that stack.
The final is scheduled for 5 o'clock local time. So I don't know whether or not they may push that back a little bit because it's already 10 after 4. Now this match started at 2 o'clock, so it's been going better than 2 hours already, and there's still a lot of play left in this match, and there's still going on the table beside us as well, the other stream table. Kelly, Fisher, and Cho. Boy, the break has been so unkind to Wei.
Yeah, and yeah, she just had to kind of grind out every rack she's won. It's tough. It's tough to be, hang in and give 100% effort when you're in those spots. Kelly's ahead 3-2 in the third set over on table 1. Combo's playing well here for Jasmine. If it is straight in, she'll be able to control the 4. Looks pretty good. Want to be on the rail here. Could elevate and just draw the cue ball straight back. Combo's lying pretty good, so I feel like she will do that.
Played that nice.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a little off angle, and she actually played it in that way, or she knew she was going to follow it. Good thought and control of how both balls were going to end up there. Getting nice and close to the 6 here. Jasmine's made some mistakes, as is expected over a set this long, but she's recovered well overall.
Total sets, or sorry, total racks they've played in this, in our third set now, 8-7 in favor of Jasmine. So as close as this match has been, it's illustrated very clearly by the rack wins.
Show for the side. Wow, about as close as you can get without going in.
Yeah, and a poor positional shot too, Eric.
Yeah, now
in fairness.
Yeah, now the cue ball is tracking towards the 9. If anything, might be playing just a bit in front of it. Was looking good, just one bad positional shot from the 6 to the 7 there, got her. And this is where Wei has to pounce. It's a thin cut. I feel like she's going to go at it. Got to be careful of the cue ball coming 2 rails towards the corner. shot, avoiding the scratch. Advantage Wei now. Cue ball's playing towards the bottom right corner again. I feel like if she chooses the thin side of it here, she'll be okay. Chose to stun out of it. Tougher to control the cue ball, but it's ended up absolutely perfect. Nice shot.
Well, just one person applauding that shot, but I'll tell you what, that could have gone horribly wrong. And the way that she played it, Eric, I think clearly illustrated the fact that that corner pocket was in the equation of trying to slow roll that 9.
Yep.
The harder hit just gets a wider deflection off the object ball. But still, the speed that she judged it, you know, traveled, pretty close to 20 feet.
20 feet, landed within an inch. Nice shot.
And 2-1 in favor of Wei.
Going back to the right side. Had some success on the left side. Now going back to over here. Obviously feels more comfortable just executing the break from this side. See if it changes her results. Hitting them well. But again, same storyline. Jasmine in first here. 3 and the 6 are reasonably aligned. Look for Jasmine to run out here, and she needs this. Keeping in mind that if Wei wins one more, she'll be guaranteed a shootout. So really trying to force a hill-hill situation here into the shootout. Good shot. Slow roll.
3-6. She's eyeing up now. She'd like to be flush on that 3. Play the cue ball into an area. Just really rolling forward just slightly on this 2. Should leave a full hit on the 3.
Yeah, playing the 3 in the same pocket.
See where she's holding the cue down the line. That's where it would have been nice to have that cue ball on that line. So slight cut, not quite full.
Shot.
Still, the 3 was never going to move too far, and actually perfect angle to get the cue ball back over towards the middle of the table. Or even if she elects to follow through, but middle of the table is always the spot to be.
Nice shot there. Good angle coming back for the 5. Both these women really trading punches back and forth.
And it was funny. I hit the cough button there and turned around, and Chow was over right behind us.
Oh yeah.
She's in her match with Kelly Fisher over on table 1.
She's taking note of what's going on over here.
She wanted to come and see the score.
Huh. Maybe she despises playing one of them. Probably hoping for a country mate.
Yeah, I get that feeling. Came over to see how her counterpart was doing. Just stretching a little bit, and cue's going right over the 10, so just got to be a little careful.
shot. Good control at the cue ball. Making her way through this rack nicely. She broke down last rack when she got near the end of it. Just has to be careful here, maintain all the proper angles. Straight. Be interesting to see if she chooses to draw straight out. Lots of room around the middle, side area of the table. Actually has enough angle going to the right. She can follow this ball. Good shot. And after a mistake in the previous rack, comes back strong in rack number 4 here. Staring a 2-2 scoreline right in the face. Good rack from Jasmine.
And if the break is an advantage, advantage Jasmine.
Yeah, we surprisingly we've yet to see a break and run. Lots of runouts and lots of strong play. Just haven't been able to see that ball down and a shot on the first ball.
Just wondering if they're in a shootout phase next door, Eric.
I think they are. Just the beginning of the third set, looks like. Cho just evened it up at 1 set each.
Oh, I thought it was already 1-1. Okay, a little behind us then. That match is going to go on for a while, so they may back up the final. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Pardon me, sorry to mislead you there. I believe that's the score of the shootout. Looks like, thought they were, yeah, it's 4-4 in the shootout. They're just about to shoot the 5th shot. Sorry about that, Jim.
No, that's all right. You know what? It makes sense because they're applauding over there. They wouldn't be applauding every single shot, so they're applauding every time the 10 is made in the shootout.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're a little ahead of us. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we follow suit.
Roll up safe there, forcing Jasmine to kick 2 rails here. Be looking at hitting the right side of the 1, playing the 1 over to the right.
And I'm catching a lot of applause on the other stream table, so it doesn't sound like there's many misses over there.
Yeah, they're at 4 each. They're on the longer shot now. This is a nice shot here from Jasmine, executing exactly how she tried. Strong kick safe there.
Yeah, and the jump cue, almost guaranteed. She's called a side pocket, so looking for a dead on hit, not trying to make this. At least not trying to make it in the obvious pocket. And wasn't a million miles away from the pocket she called.
Left it. Interesting scenario with the 2-10 here. The 3 is blocked by the 9. So she could consider taking kind of a free type shot at the 2-10. Got to make the 1 first. I think she should go at it aggressive here. One thing she has to consider is if she misses the one, then Wei could attempt the same thing that she's trying to attempt now. I like thinking positively in these situations, though. You know, you have a chance to make the one. Try to be the initiator here. Just overcut it. One ended up okay. I feel like this attempt on the one would be very aggressive from Wei. She'd have the same type of play in mind, but just a tougher angle for her here. Could cut the one into the 4, start tracking the cue ball around 3 rails to the left, try to hide it behind the 7. Good shot as well.
Good speed. Again, looking to extract the mistake where that 3 is.
Yeah, I still feel like the 210's gonna play a big part in this rack, unless it's moved at some point. 3's just blocked enough that it's kind of a free shot if either player gets on the 1. Great kick safe again from Jasmine. 2 strong kick safes in this rack so far. Wei's been defending.
Well, I think the match on table number 1 has come to a conclusion. Prolonged applause.
Another kick safe return. Unless the 1 gets in this window here. It looks like it did. That's a tough roll for Wei there. Hit it how she wanted. And the 1 ends up leading into this 210 combo scenario. Jasmine's definitely going to be taking this on. Just do all the calculations here. Figure out where she needs the cue ball for the combo.
Right about there. That looks pretty good. She'll line this up. Look for a point of contact. 10 called. And you can see right down the cue, so it's almost a dead-on hit on this 2 ball.
Yeah, she played it in a way where she could kind of just go at it straight, which is an advantage. She doesn't have to cut the 2 towards the contact point on the 10.
For a 3-2 lead. Oh,
good try.
I thought it was there. Just ready to say down it goes. Up it stays.
Yeah, narrows the misses there. Got safe with the 2. From different camera angles, I kind of feel like the 3 could pocket in the top left. But it's obviously wedged behind the 9 there, where you have to get the cue ball in very small spots to make it.
Just lining it up and now elevating.
And get the cue ball up enough.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
And that 3 possibly available unless that 7 has taken that corner away. Tough to say.
Yeah, these are just the kind of tight angles that you kind of have to be on the table for.
Yeah, the
got
way
perfect
I was
on
going
it.
to say, the way she's played that, Eric, it looks like this 3 goes.
Little on the straight side here, but still has enough angle to develop angle going up table. Should be going 2 rails forward.
Tough to control that adrenaline.
Could choose to stun between the 7-9 as well. Good shot. Jasmine showing some strong play in these last 2 games. Played 2 excellent kick saves. Got herself in a spot where she had a chance at the combo. Barely missed it. And back with the advantage right now. I don't think the 6 is frozen. If it is, this shot is extremely tough. Even with the cue ball being frozen, makes the shot a lot tougher. Good shot. Everything in line here.
Yeah, these are the times, though, that you put in all those countless hours of practice for. When the pressure's on. This is what you want to be ready for.
Just straight enough to not have to move the cue ball up table for the 9. Everybody knows, can feel the tension mounting here in this match. So she'll have to move the cue ball up table. Kind of in between here, Jim. I like powering the cue ball over to the left side rail.
Yeah, when you're nervous, you don't want to have to feather anything. You want to be able to let that cue out.
Good hit. Good enough on the 10.
And to guarantee yourself nothing worse than a shootout, this 10. And 3-2 the lead. Now what a treat we are witnessing here. I think the score right now, Eric, is probably a true testament to how close this match has been. And all the fans from the other table, they've all come over now to see what's going on here.
Jasmine will be breaking in the 6th game of this set.
And we just got word that Kelly Fisher in a shootout won the match over on table 2, so she's in the wings watching, waiting, wondering, as are we, who will she be facing in the final, which could well be a little later than 5 o'clock given it's already 4:30.
Yeah, the winner of this match will need a couple minutes to regroup. But you'll definitely be seeing the women's final today.
Her last break in this semi. She wants it to be a memorable one.
Oh.
It might be for Wei Chieh. Wow. What a time. I don't know whether Jasmine's scratched off the break yet, but if she has, well, if she hasn't, she's found the most inopportune time for her first.
Yeah, it's her first scratch off the break. 3-ball ended up kind of funny here. If the 2 passes the 7, I could see Wei playing the cue ball into the 3, just trying to develop it a little bit. 4 is actually a little bit tough too, so not the easiest rack.
Wei in her mind right now. Got a little extra time following the break, and Jasmine's trying to stay very positive with her posture.
Looks like she's going to play the 1 off the 9 here to kind of open up the pocket for the 3 and the 4. This is a smart shot. She's developed the 9. Actually badly onto the 4.
Yeah, questionable choice there.
Open up the pocket for the 3, but definitely tied the 9 onto the 4 in a way that she didn't want. Natural angle plays in between the 8-5 if she plays the 2 in the side. Great shot. Staying alive here, and she has the angle to open up the 4 now. Big shot in this match coming up. Plays almost natural. You can kind of just play some right spin on it. You don't have to stun the cue ball or anything. I don't like hitting this too hard. 4 is already near a pocket, so chances of getting on it if you hit it lighter are higher. Great shot.
It's worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Got a shot at the 4. Left the 9 over the pocket.
Ending up far from the 5 here.
The way she had to roll that, Eric, you could see that cue ball was tracking right towards that side pocket, and I was wondering whether she had the angle to be able to let it out and take the cue ball around the angles. Apparently not.
Good shot from Wei Chieh there. Cue ball's drawing to the right now. Right where she wants to be. What a match this has been.
Yeah, enthralling, really. Jasmine started out playing so well. And then Wei Chieh waited for her chance. And she was equal to it.
Yeah, Jasmine hasn't really faltered that much in the last 2 sets. Wei Chieh just hanging in there very well.
Well, the roller coaster ride that is the shootout is looming.
Wanting the cue ball to slow down. Still lots of options for position here. Can hit at any part of the 9 she wants and still pocket it. So has to figure out her best percentage way to get back to the 10.
This is going to be To take one of your phrases, Eric, inch perfect.
Millimeter perfect. And we'll be going to a shootout here. Great match so far. Don't go anywhere. Players might stay in the arena. Looks like they're going to take a...
Yeah, they are going to take a very short break, I believe. At least they're talking to the referee, and if both of them unanimously want to get out of there just for a couple minutes, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen, and we too will follow suit. We'll be back. You won't want to miss the shootout. Great to have you back. And what a time to come back. Now, if you're just joining us, no, you haven't won the lottery, but you're coming in to see the shootout in the semifinal to see who will oppose Kelly Fisher in the final later on today.
One of the most exciting things in pool coming up right here. Jasmine just survived a shootout in the semifinals, making all 4 of her first 4 attempts against, remind me of who she was playing, Cheska Centennial, made 3. So perfect record for her in the last shootout she had. Starting off with a miss, always bad news in the shootout.
And you know what? Her action was a bit quick for me there. She took the cue back fast.
And she usually doesn't.
No, not at all. And Jasmine, in that shootout, Eric, that you've already alluded to, never missed a ball. She was 4 for 4. She goes 4 for 4 again. She's in the final. Well, there's the pressure of a major semifinal, Eric.
Yeah, her stroke actually went off to the left there. I don't know. It's hard to. Don't have a replay on it. But she twisted through the shot.
And neither one of them shown a drop of emotion. Not a shake of the head. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, can't. You just got to forget it.
It's been a long match. I mean, we're coming up on about 2 hours and 45 minutes. You know, it's been a dour struggle right from the outset.
Yeah, they're slightly mentally drained both, but they gotta find something in the tank here. There's big spots for both of them.
Yeah.
Now a bit of emotion when she's missed twice in a row. Jasmine's got to take advantage here.
Well, she's at least got to knock this in to put a little bit of heat on her.
Sure, that you know, at the point where she's missed 2, she could even miss the 3rd. Worst case, if Jasmine makes her next 3, she'll have her own fate in her she'll have the fate in her own hands. That was kind of a weird bridge that Wei hit that last one with. I haven't seen too many players kind of go half on the rail and off. Shot. I like the speed she hit that one with. Stayed solid there.
Yeah, the crowd liked it. And Wei Wei's in trouble, Eric.
Yeah, Jasmine leads the overall score 1-0 here.
We know Kelly Fisher's in the final. And Jasmine Ouschan has one slipper in that final too.
Doors open for her. Ooh, fired at this one. 4 rails around. Used a quick backstroke on that one as well. Just feels better pocketing one-off shots like that, maybe. So it's on Jasmine to return now. Jasmine missed her first shot from this side of the table.
Yeah, a lot of players, certainly men, that could play this with bottom and that right-hand spin when they're playing this shot. I have 2 cushions inside the top right corner. Jasmine doesn't. She rolls it.
Stroke went to the left again. It was the same issue as the last time she was on that table. Just slightly, but over that distance, it pushes the cue ball wide. So drama's not over here yet. We're back on level terms.
And now Wei Wei has the chance to tighten the screws.
Yeah, having Jasmine miss 2 of them, she can put her in a spot where she needs to make. If she makes this, Jasmine will need to make the next to survive.
Yeah, basically sudden death now, Eric.
Good shot.
to keep her dream alive.
Yes, high drama here at the Puerto Rico 10-ball Open.
He's just explaining to his wife the rules of the shootout.
Good shot, and we'll be moving the cue ball back to the smaller box. What a match this has been, Jim.
Yeah, and it isn't letting go, is it? It's capturing everybody in attendance, us, all of you at home watching, and it's not letting go. This is why we watch, Eric. This is how you become a fan.
Without a doubt. Ooh, starting from right in the corner pocket. Haven't seen too many players start from right here. Look at this, bridging out of the corner pocket. We're not forced to. It's the most straight attack angle. See how it goes for her. Got it.
I saw one of the men queuing from over there as well. I can't remember who it was.
Well, the advantage is that you're not cutting the ball as much, but the disadvantage is you're bridging out of the pocket. Players know that this scenario can come up throughout the course of the tournament, so they'll be putting many hours of practice in and just figuring out what works best for them. Big pressure on Jasmine here.
Must make. She has to be feeling pretty good in her chair right now.
Yeah.
Because this is 50-50, this shot.
Sure, it's so tough. Go ahead and set it up for yourself at home. It's way tougher than it looks.
Too much. It was too much to ask. She won her last one in a shootout, but Wei Wei through to the final. Wei Chieh, a winner over Jasmine Ouschan, shootout winner, and Kelly Fisher awaits. The final will be taking place a little later, folks. When we get a time for it, we'll try and put that online, but a great win from Wei Chieh over Jasmine Ouschan through to the final. Eric, it was a lot of fun. It never, ever ceases to, for us to enjoy it and to create a lot of atmosphere here. But you and I are going to kick off the ladies' final. So, folks, we hope you join us as well. For Eric, I'm Jim. Hope to see you real soon. Thanks again.